Hey everybody, Josh from Populi here, and if standings wears you out, try sittings. Standings let you know approximately where students are on their path to graduation. They do this by applying a system tag to a student's profile. Academic admins can manage standings in Populi. Standings are controlled on a program, so if you have multiple programs, you'll set standings on each of them. If you're not familiar with what standings are, think freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. Populi assigns standings based on the credit or hour threshold that you set for them. The outcome for standings is deceptively simple. Students who fall within the boundaries for a given standing get a tag. So we can look at a student's profile and see their standing tag right here under System Tags. Under Academics, Programs, click into a specific program and you'll see any existing standings up at the top. If you have one or more standings already created for this program, you'll see them listed in the drop-down here. Obviously, it's possible for standings to change. Maybe from academic year 2017 to 2018 until 2022 to 2023, you need 22 credits to become a sophomore. But in 2023 to 2024, you're going to need 24 credits to gain the sophomore standing. That's when you need to set up a new standing. In Populi, you change standings at the level of either the academic year or the term. You don't have to create standings for each new year, only in years or terms for which the standings change. When you set a new standing, those definitions control standings for each intervening academic year until you change them. When you're creating a standing, you click Add, and then you select the academic year or the term at the beginning of which the new definitions for those standings will take hold. We want our new standings here to apply at the beginning of the 2023 to 2024 academic year, so we'll select that. Notice that you're adding the lowest level standing first. So this is the one that a student who hasn't earned any credits will receive. That's why you can't add any credits over here. Now you name your standing. Freshman is the obvious choice, but you could set it to be first year or noobs or whatever you want. Please don't set it to noobs. Give them the dignity that college freshmen deserve. Report as is likely pretty obvious. This just means that in many standardized reports about your various levels, they're still going to use the standard terminology. So map your names to the standard names, and when you produce applicable reports from Populi, that will conform as it should. The other one is the parent system tag. If you tick the box in that column, you'll create a tag for anyone set up with a parent relationship to a student with a given standing. What does that mean? Profiles in Populi can be connected to each other with a given relationship. So if you set up a profile as the mother or father of another profile, Populi recognizes that as a parent profile. So when a profile gets a standing, that parent profile also gets a tag. If the standing is freshman, any parent profiles get the tag parent of freshman. That's useful if you want to communicate directly to the parents of, say, freshmen. You can pull up that tag and email the whole list. Let's add another standing by clicking down here. When that pops up, you can see that the minimum credits field is editable. We will set that to the minimum number of credits required to gain the sophomore standing. This hypothetical school requires 24 credits granted to a student to receive sophomore status. So we'll enter 24 credits here. Obviously, you keep adding these standings until you've built out your complete standings. Now, when does someone get that first standing? Obviously, it doesn't require any credits, so is just anyone with the student role in Populi a freshman? The answer is that anyone who has a program that has standings will immediately get the correct standing tag on their profile. That should make sense because the standing is an attribute of the program. We created the standings on the program, so it makes sense that in order for Populi to assign standings, this student needs to have that program. So if somehow you have a student who's completed the right number of credits, but doesn't have those credits mapped correctly, you might see them receive the wrong standing. I'm flubbing this standing here just so we don't have to do weird things to make this example work. So we've got a 4 credit standing to get the sophomore tag. This student has completed 2 courses at 2 credits each. So she's earned 4 credits. According to our standings, she should get the sophomore tag, but we still got the freshman tag over here. Well, obviously that one course isn't mapped to the program. And since the program carries the standing, courses to which the program isn't attached don't affect it. I go in and adjust the mapping, bingo. Once you've got standings in place, you can easily pull up these lists of students. Up in search, enter the name of a standing, and you can hop right to a list of all the profiles with that tag. Linked below, we have documentation on programs, a video introducing you to programs more generally, and then also a video about course mapping, just like we were talking about. And that goes into much more detail about course mapping. Not to mention, I have a playlist with a bunch of videos for academic admins and registrars. Also, if you want to explore more training options, you should be aware of our focus sessions. These are 1-hour-long training sessions that take place over Zoom. You and several other Populi users meet up with a Populi support rep, and you get a little training, and then you get to ask questions. We have a rotating sequence of topics, so if you miss a session on something like admissions or billing, don't worry, it'll be rolling back around. You can get to the focus sessions by going to the knowledge base, clicking on release notes and announcements, and then clicking into focus sessions. We've also popped a link directly to the focus sessions down in the description. I've been Josh for Populi. You've been great. Thanks for watching.